Your daddy's car, this is how I learned about you and your dad and the whole story. It's one of the most amazing stories ever written with any racing, of any form of anything at all. From Ferrari to Fittipaldi's, to all your stories of these famous racers and Schumachers and everybody. There is no bigger name. Your dad has taken on in you. It's like Elvis, man. It is. You are America's heartbeat, dude.
Hey everybody, it's Dale Jr. back again for another episode of the Dale Jr. Download. We got a unique show for you today. Yeah, everybody knows we love NASCAR around here, but every now and then we have a guest who's not NASCAR. We've had wrestlers and baseball players and football players and all types, musicians, singers. Well, we got Vanilla Ice coming on the show today, Rob Van Winkle. I've met him multiple times throughout my life, throughout his life. Our paths have crossed. It's tough to say. Our paths have crossed multiple times, and we're going to talk about that. He also owns a Dale Earnhardt race car. We're going to hear about that story. And I once saw him doing home renovations. He's turned this into a television show, and he's apparently very successful in real estate. I did not have that on my bingo card back in 2011 when I first saw it on TV. I'm like, damn. So I need to know about that. Is that real? Is that what he's doing these days? Well, he's here to talk about it. Let's bring him into the studio. Vanilla Ice on the Dale Jr. Download. This episode is presented by Arby's new Meat in 3 Bucks. Get more meal for your money at Arby's. We have the meats. How you doing, man?
I'm good, bud.
Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Been a while, yeah. Last time I saw you was at Pocono coming through to promote a movie you was part of.
That's right.
And but
with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, we'd met before. We'd seen each other in Vegas a time or two.
Oh, man, you remembered that?
I do. You know why I remember that? You know why? Because I'd never heard the rock version of Ice Ice Baby. And we were on the side. We had a little VIP table off to the side of the stage.
Yeah.
And you had the full band up there and came up there. And I was like, damn, this is like reborn. This song is good.
Hell yeah.
Like, you know, it was
turn you into a teenager again all over again.
Yeah, right. It was so good. Because I'm kind of like a big fan of that brand of music, that sound, you know, rock. But I mean, of course I was when I was a kid, I was listening to all the stuff you were making. But
heck yeah.
Anyhow, great to have you here. We try to get you here, and listen, 58 years old.
Hey,
that is crazy.
Is that how old you are?
That is crazy.
I'm the oldest teenager here. I don't know about you.
I'm only saying that, man, because you don't look it.
Hey, man, you know.
How are you doing that?
Low lighting.
Yeah.
Vegetables.
Yeah.
23-year vegetarian, man.
No kidding.
Now I have bad blood, type AB negative, and I had to change my eating habits. And I'm trying to stay alive, not have a heart attack. So
well, you look like you're doing a good job.
It worked out pretty well. I'm on the dance floor still.
I know, man. You're busy. You're, I see a lot of your content, follow you on social media. Been following you a long, long time. So I've been kind of keeping up with what you got going on. And your energy, your attitude, your personality, is like infectious, man, and it's genuine, and we all kind of want that, right? We all kind of, I got a couple kids that are 5 and 8, and I get home and I'm tired, and I'm like, man, I wish I had their energy, But
yeah, I got an 8-year-old too. I know
you're that guy that still, like, at your age, to be as wide open as you are. It's pretty impressive.
You know how it works with those kids. They don't know that your legs hurt and you had a long day. You've been out in the yard working or racing or whatever you're doing, and you come home and it's time to play, man.
Yeah.
Chase them, through the house, and rest doesn't matter, but they keep you young, and that's what it's all about. And my mom always said, if you keep dancing, you'll stay young forever. I said, and she used phrases on me, She's like, if you keep dancing, you'll always be happy. And I says, why is that, Mom? She says, you can't dance if you're miserable.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. So her philosophy was, don't take anything in life too serious. Enjoy the ride and enjoy happiness. So every day, wake up and put your dancing shoes on.
Yeah.
Not literally, but in a sense,
I understand.
Of your mind.
Yeah. People tell me, man, don't slow down, stay moving, keep busy.
Yep.
I always think like, man, when am I going to chill? When am I going to start working? When am I going to start doing these passion projects and things like that? But it's kind of like, man, I'm afraid if I do, the aches and all that stuff's going to creep in.
No, you can't rest. You know, the older you get, you got to keep moving and grooving, man. That's the way it works. Otherwise, that rust catches up to you.
Right.
And I raced motocross, so I got a lot of pains, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell this story in a cool way, but a week ago, I was pulling a water hose and I tripped over a sprinkler head that was stayed up, and I fell over and dislocated my shoulder, and it came out to here on me, and I had to pop it back in. Hit about 27. I was like 27 seconds in major pain, and it just went back in by itself. And I was like, oh, but that's motocross for you.
Yeah.
And I yelled. Nobody listened to me. I'm out in the yard, but it would have been crazy if somebody's walking their dog by. But it was a freak accident, you know. I just fell down. But these things happen, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And you got pain everywhere.
So, born in Texas.
I was born in Texas. I was born in Dallas.
Right.
Baylor Hospital on Halloween.
Yeah. And you grew up between Texas and Florida, but you ended up getting back to Texas when your music career started kicking off?
Other way.
Other way around.
Yeah. Texas, went to R.L. Turner High School, then became from there, and it just basically, I had a girlfriend. My mom had moved to Miami with my stepdad, and he worked at old Potamkin Chevrolet over there. And I was like, no, I got a girlfriend. I'm going to stay here in Texas. You know?
Really?
And it didn't work out.
How old were you?
16.
And
maybe.
she let you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was independent all my
Independent.
life. Oh, yeah. I have an older brother, and, you know, I honestly, I really didn't have much supervision as a kid. I didn't have any dad, so no figure there to tell you, stop doing that.
Yes.
Don't do this or whatever, you know. But I had freedom, so I was a dumpster diver, and I'd ride my BMX bike, man. And I had a old beat up Diamondback, and I would ride that thing all the way to Harry Hines over there, pass all the hookers. Didn't even know what the hookers were. Yeah. And go into this trash can where I could get sneakers, and and we were broke, and we had all new sneakers. My mom, what size do you wear? And I'd go in there, and they were blemished, so they throw away anyone that had like a little string hanging off of it, and they were almost brand new, perfect, right? And you had to look close to find the blemish, but that's the reason they would throw them away. So the whole dumpster was full of shoes. I'd go over there, and everybody'd always have new shoes.
Yeah.
I was the cool new shoe kid. I could get anybody new shoes.
Man, golly.
Shouldn't have been going that far. Had too much freedom as a kid, and that was my life, man. Mom just said, you know, watch out. I don't know. She was at work all day, and I never had any supervision.
What did she do for a living?
Who, my mom?
Yeah.
My mom is, she's a piano teacher, flute teacher, voice teacher, music teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never sat down for any lessons.
No.
I wished I would have. I was too cool.
Yeah.
I'm not play piano, man. I'm a motocrosser. Now I do play the piano. I love it.
So you did get into motocross racing. How did that, so that you being a motocross racer and also being into breakdancing and rapping and all those things, how did those two things coexist? Because they don't seem like you would be doing one and the other at the same time, but you were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you learn when you're a racer, you know when the gate drops, the stops.
Yeah.
That's a phrase that you go by and you live by, and that means you got to pin it to win it. There's nobody else out here going to do anything for you.
Yeah.
So I had a time where I was with my stepdad. He had came out there and he had bought me some bikes and stuff, and fix my chain, tighten it up, tighten my spokes, get everything air filter ready to go. And here we are at the race, and I'd go out there and get third or fourth place or something, and he'd be really mad at me, man, like upset, like I'd not talk to him, man, what's going on? I mean, there's 40 racers, I got third place. You're way better than these guys that beat you, man. I said, what do you mean? He says, I went in your room last night, and I know you were chasing the and you were out, sorry for my language.
No, you're good.
Chasing the cat, and and I was 3 a.m. I had a girlfriend. I'm 15, and he's like, you don't commit. If you don't commit, I ain't gonna commit. You can change your own tires now. You can do your own work, haul your bikes to the track and everything, and you're like, oh my God, I'm super grateful for everything. I don't know what to do. He goes, you're on your own. Didn't say a word to me all the way home. All week, nothing. And I guess he let me marinate on my thoughts, and I told my girlfriend, I can't come over here anymore, honey. It's not going to happen. And my mom was funny because she said, if you don't have calluses on your hands, I know you're not practicing after school.
Yeah.
So you have to do your homework. And I said, you telling me I don't have to do any homework if I practice? He goes, no. So my dirt bike was always in the back of my truck every day at school, and I had to go practice.
Yeah.
And she told my principal he don't do homework. Not at all. He's committed to motocross now. And that's how I learned about the word commitment. Ain't nobody going to twist the throttle for you. You got to do it yourself, man. You got to pin it to win it. And like I said, when you gate drops, there's nobody that can make you go from first to last or last to first or third to first. And I ended up beating those 3 guys that beat me quite often after that. And I learned it takes more practice and more commitment than the next guy. You got to want to win to want to do it,
Yeah. So how did breakdancing, poetry, how did those things get into your life?
So the competitiveness of all that and the independence of being someone that has to do it on your own, the drive, the ambition, and the purpose is all I needed. So I grew up watching breakdancing movies like Turbo and Ozone. I don't know if you remember those. They were like Beat Street. We're going back to the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, we were little kids. You had these breakdance movies that had this movement come out, and you were like, how does this guy do the wave?
Right.
How does this guy do all these cool moves and spin on his head like that? Well, that was me. And I had cardboard, and I'd go to the mall, and I'd make $40 a day. Man.
Really?
I'd chase the girls around, eat some pizza, have some change left over, and I'd make more money. And I told you we were broke, but at my age, I had more money than all the rich kids because I could go out and hustle, break dance, and come home. And I knew the right door to be at because that's where most people will go in and out. And the security guards loved it, man. We had a little jam box. The batteries go dead. I said, man, run, grab some batteries in there quick. Put the new batteries in. People are coming out, especially on the holidays. Man, we would crush it.
Really?
$40 a day back in the 80s was a lot of money for a kid 15 years old. All the other kids I knew that were rich, they only had like $5 allowance. That was it. $5 all week. And I would take their $5 and I would get that money too because I was the only kid that was allowed to have a dirt bike.
Yeah.
And I knew that if I let these kids wanted to ride these dirt bikes so bad and their parents would never let them have a dirt bike, you're going to get hurt. And I knew it. And I knew they had $5 in their pocket. And I went out to that field and I said, y'all meet me after school. I'll go out the field and you ride my bike around like 6-7 laps. Yeah. And I make $5 from you. I had them lined up, man.
Really?
Come home with $20. Oh man, cover the gas, cover my everything. I always had money.
Yeah.
And we were broke. We couldn't rub 2 nickels together.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I raced motocross and I started doing good and professional, I'd make $1,500 on a weekend, right?
Yeah.
And I'd come, my brother, he was older. We're cool now. He used to beat me up a lot. He could have been the cool brother that took me fishing.
Was it?
No, he beat me up a lot.
Damn it.
We're cool now.
Yeah.
But I would go, it motivated me. And I would go into Piggly Wiggly where he worked and stacking groceries, and I'd go in his line, and I'd fan that money at him.
Damn.
And I'd be like, man, it sure is getting hot in here. What else can we buy today? Let's buy some more. And he'd be sitting there stacking the groceries. Let me stack my and he'd probably beat me up that morning, but we're cool now. We laugh about it.
Yeah.
But it's funny stuff of motivation, of that how you get to where you are. And those are kind of the key points that gave me my competitive drive.
So how do you think back? I mean, I know that your life, man, there's a lot of that happened. A lot of successes. You won a lot of races, won championships in motocross. Obviously, everybody is well aware of your singing career. But do you? So I was born into the racing thing. My dad was a racer. His dad was a racer.
I know your whole story, bud.
So like
I know your life story probably like everybody else does.
I knew what was there, and you didn't have that. You weren't born into what you ended up becoming, right? So like you created this. You created you're self-made. Do you look back and think like, damn, how did that happen? Do you have moments were there moments in your life where you're sitting there going, how in the hell did I get here? In the peak of your success. Or did it make sense? Because it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
I knew where I was going. I'm super, like I said, competitive, but I'm also, one thing kids don't have today is that ambition, the drive, and a purpose and a meaning. Mm-hmm. Those 4 things right there is everything it takes to be successful. And without one, you're just a little bit back. You're only 75. You take another one, you're 50. You take another one, you're 25%. How much effort and commitment are you going to put towards what you're doing? How much do you believe in yourself? Are you going to turn a dream into reality? Can you come from where you are just because no one else ever has? Can white people rap? My mom even told me, white boys don't rap, honey. Go get a job. And that's what my mom should have done because she was making my car payments on my 5.0. And the rule was if you can make the payments, you can get it, and I'll co-sign for you. 3 payments in, she was making them, so it was, honey, white boys don't rap. And I said, Mom, I do. And it wasn't even 3 months later that I ended up buying her house and car and everything.
Just like that.
Yeah, it was really, and she's now my biggest fan. But
it was
normal for her.
So let me ask you this. I grew up and experienced your explosion onto the scene, all the way through all of those things to when they write it behind the music on you. I see you I see you flipping houses.
Yeah.
I know now you're 58 years old. You have all of this wisdom, and you've come back from the dead multiple times, right? I mean, so I asked that question. The song "Ice Ice Baby," what type? Like, I have to imagine that throughout your entire life, your relationship and your emotional connection to that song has been a roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
Right? I mean, I sit here as somebody who's never wrote a song in their life, can't play an instrument, and think, damn, man, it'd be badass to have something like that. Like, have that one.
It's ultimate.
You're global because of that song, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I imagine it wasn't always something like that for you, right?
No,
There was some
there was
good
a moment I didn't want to play that song,
right?
And I hit that about that time I met you because I was doing the rock version. That was kind of my anti-me.
You were
thing.
kind of rebelling a little bit against it.
I had to figure out my purpose and meaning in life again after the wave hit the shore.
Yeah.
But instead of like most people hitting the shore and they sit there and they go, "Whoo, I never want to go through that again." I'm more of the guy that says, "I'm swim out and catch another wave," and I did, and I am, and that's me. I got to stay active and moving.
But you made. I don't want to say made peace with that song, but like you found out a way to embrace it.
Well, you got to get rid of your demons. You got to face your demons and beat the hell out of them and get them out of there and come back on the dance floor like Mama said.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I had a moment there where I couldn't separate my life from my entertainment life from my real life. Mm-hmm. And it took me, like I had a weekend that lasted 3 years. And it took me literally to figure out this whole, like Justin Bieber, you see him, I saw him going through a lot of the same things I went through when he was young because I did Ice Ice Baby when I was 16. We told him, hey, come grab a tool belt. We'll straighten you up, man, get you on the Vanilla Ice project and build some houses and give you a purpose. Yeah. But for me, I had to learn because it was incredible impact. I had no idea that it was going to be that big.
Right.
We're over 600 million records sold. Who could ever imagine anything like that?
Right.
Or even half or quarter of a fraction of that.
Right.
Before me, there was only Run DMC, and they sold 500,000 copies, which was in hip-hop was the hugest. Biggest record. We were like, oh, my God, hip-hop has made it. Run DMC is huge, man.
Yeah.
Aerosmith, Walk This Way. With rap, huge. You remember MTV?
Yep.
Oh, my God. And we thought that was it, and then my record came out, and my video only cost us $5,000 to make, and that was when they were making like multi-million-dollar videos with Michael Jackson and stuff, and we're like, this will never make it. This will never make it with this cheap-ass video. Number one most highest-rated video of all MTV ever played, and I still can't believe it. And I'm just like, during the whole experience, I'm like, I couldn't believe it either. Mm-hmm. And then I got a phone call that says, would you like to be in the Ninja Turtles movie and make the theme song? And I about myself. I'm like, yeah. I mean, and then you're going to pay me? I'll do this for free or I'll pay you to do it. I was already a Ninja Turtle fan.
Yeah.
And for all these things to just kind of evolve along the way is just part of, I guess, the history and the impact of everything that the Vanilla Ice has done, because I can look back at it and go, wow, to me it seems like yesterday. Time goes fast. Yeah. Which is more of a reason that I'm so positive today, because it's going by, as you know, too damn fast.
Too fast.
I want to slow it down and live, and absorb the stuff and the stuff I've seen in my family, my friends, and all my little kids and all the stuff around me. It's goes so fast when you're doing that stuff, you never get to absorb any of it or enjoy any of it. So I'm enjoying my life now a lot more than I did then. Yep. And it has been a roller coaster. And
yeah, I know what you mean. I loved racing. I loved being in the last 20 years of my life. I loved it, but it went. I was busy going from the one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and often overwhelmed and a little bit apprehensive about everything I was walking into. You didn't know what was on the other side of the next door you're going through.
Boy.
And to your point, now I can I got enough control. I can wait. I can slow this down. I can enjoy this day. Yep. I can go see my kids and do something with them. Yeah,
that's it. That's me too, man. I'm in that same frame of mind. I'm like, am I going to retire? You know, everybody around me is like, you'll never retire. You're full of all this energy. You're the oldest teenager in town. You're coming around. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I can. And I'm thinking, you know, maybe I will. And spend some, just, you don't retire. You just do other things.
Yeah.
You know, you just switch gears.
Have you been to an Arby's recently? Well, for the past few weeks, I've been talking nonstop about how their delicious, slow-smoked barbecue is back. Their barbecue sandwiches are better than ever. But if you haven't tried a barbecue mac bowl, you are missing out. You'll get the same tender deliciousness from the pulled pork that's smoked for 4 hours or the smoky, flavorful chopped brisket that's smoked for a solid 13 hours, all on top of a creamy, white cheddar mac and cheese. And this isn't your typical mac and cheese. This stuff is the best mac and cheese I've ever had. Add in the sweet and spicy barbecue sauces, and you have a one-of-a-kind barbecue mac bowl that's just the way you like it. Arby's is doing real authentic barbecue that's so good, you won't believe that you got it at a drive-thru. Everybody knows that Arby's has the meat, so if you can count on anyone to do barbecue right, it has to be Arby's. It's selling out fast, so go to an Arby's and try a barbecue mac bowl before it runs out. Available for a limited time at participating locations while supplies last. Prices may vary. Get your barbecue sandwich at any Arby's near you today. How old were you when you hit rock bottom? So it was early. So I hit Ice Ice Baby when I was very young.
Right. So the way it goes is time-wise. I wrote it when I was 16, but it blew up when I was like 19, and then really big when I was about 20, and then about 23. I really hit rock bottom at 27. I almost joined the 27 club, and that's where I couldn't figure out. And I feel like a lot of people out in the world are really confused around that age.
Yeah.
And that's because I think that's where you turn into an adult from being like a semi-adult. Yeah. You're kind of a teenager, but you're 27, 6. And when you hit that 27, there's a big confusion in these kids today. And they don't know, and they don't have answers for their future. And it's very stressful to them. And
part of you's not ready to grow up.
They're not ready to grow up, accept responsibility maybe, and be a lousy adult, and I don't blame them. But, you know, you got to do it.
What kept you being as successful as you were at 20 years old, 21 years old? What saved you, or what prevented that from happening sooner? Because I mean, I imagine, I don't know, but I imagine all of that stuff was accessible everywhere, all around you. All the pitfalls, all the dangers of success and fame were all around you.
Once you hit that rock star thing, all the stuff you never knew it was around you and offered and given and everything. And I was using it as an escape route. So that's the weekend that lasted 3 years.
I know, but how come that didn't happen when you were 21? Were there some things that were safeguarding you, some guardrails?
I think I was too busy. I think they kept me so busy, there wasn't a minute to breathe. And I had one event to the next event to the next event, and I didn't know where life was going. Couldn't keep the schedule in my head long enough to remember all of it. Yeah. And I just let them I turned into a puppet, and they just tell me where to go. And I was just like the orchestra, and somebody was just sitting back going, la, la, la. Yeah. Kind of like Colonel and Elvis, you know?
Yes.
You do this, you go there, you play here.
We're going here tomorrow.
I watch my bank account go, and I'm like, okay, this is working out, I guess. I don't know. Just keep dancing every day. It's you just sing and dance, sing and dance, sing and dance, sing and dance.
So you often said, and I've read it in the notes here, and I've seen you say this, where you felt like you weren't you had kind of been cast into a role that truly wasn't who you were. What exactly? Who were you really? What was the person, say, from that? You know, when you blew up with Ice Ice Baby, who was the person that we didn't get to see?
Rob. So Rob is always here, and Rob is Vanilla Ice, but I had to separate that. That was the part where I was telling Bieber, stories. So basically I found out that everything I do on the entertainment side, I didn't know this, and this is how I figured out how to rescue myself, is that everything on the entertainment side is artificial. So it took my kids to straighten me up. They, they see Dad. Yep. And you got to explain to them, when our dad leaves the door, it's just artificial out there. If you see about it in the tabloids, if you see it on the news, that's all just whatever artificial stuff. And then I come home and I'm just Dad.
Yeah.
Let's go play in the backyard. Let's go have fun, whatever, And They keep you grounded. They give you a purpose other than yourself. And that right there is more motivation to straighten up and fly straight and do great and start reframing your brain and kind of reprogramming yourself. Yeah. That's what it takes. You have to reprogram yourself.
Yeah. You had a moment where you had to be resuscitated, and you credited sort of that moment as for your awakening. Like you woke up and said,
"Oh yeah,
I'm done with this."
Oh yeah, it's been a long time. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything, man. Nothing like crazy stuff, and it never will happen. I don't associate with that stuff or anybody. That
was it literally the near death experience that made you say, "Man, I'm ready to get on the other 100%. Side"? Yeah, it scared you straight.
Man, I had a moment that I wanted to go out.
Yeah,
with hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank, didn't give a damn about any money. Yep, money could never buy me happiness. Because I was so confused with the drugs, and your brain don't think right. You turn into almost like a zombie, and you confuse yourself, you complicate things for yourself, and you'll exaggerate how bad things in life are. They're really not as bad as you're making them out to be because you're in zombie land. And I didn't know this. When I came up, I never did anything. I went to the keg parties, never drink. They knew it because I had my dirt bike in the back of the truck. I told you I couldn't drink. I had to go be at the race at 5 a.m. and perform and win, man. You can't drink the night before at the keg party, but I had to go to the keg party because the girls were there. But I'm leaving early now because of what I told you, my story, commitment. And I had to commit, and people knew it. They were like, don't offer him a drink. He don't drink. Hey, he just doesn't do that. And then all of a sudden I hit big as a rock star, and I got all the worst influence people around me, and I'm thinking this is an escape from reality for me.
Yeah.
Let me just do this, and it was started with a little ecstasy stuff. And I can say it with a smile now because we're talking 30-something years ago, right? Yep. So I'm good. But it almost killed me, man. It led to self-destruction, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, man. And I have definitely rebuilt myself, and, there's people around me and certain things that that helped me along the way and orchestrate it, and my kids are number one. Motocross racing, I went back to that.
You got back to it.
Got back to motocross.
And you started racing jet skis.
And jet skis.
You were top 10 in the world.
Yep.
At one point.
By leaving the racing, I was lost, man. I had to get back into it, and I'm a racer, and I love racing, man. I got to win. I'm like, that's Travis Pastrana, one of my good friends, man. I'm like, I'm super competitive, like Jordan, and like, I want to win.
Yeah, of course.
It's fun, man. I grew up that way.
Yeah.
I race my daughter every day. You want to race to the bed? First one wins. Mark said, go.
Yeah.
It's just something we do. You grow up that way, and it's fun.
All through all of this, even, after you went back to racing, you continued to make records, continued to release records, continued to go, like, I would wonder if, it's because you would take a break from music. You'd say, all right, I'm gonna take a break from this. I'm toured a lot. I toured a lot last year. I'm gonna stop for a minute. What makes you? I would say that if you're having fun racing jet skis or dirt bikes or being a family man, flipping houses, which I want to talk to you about shortly, why would you want to go back to music?
Fans.
Yeah.
The fans, man.
They kept
asking
for it.
It's all about the fans. They keep asking, and I got so many out there, man, and I love them. I know that I wouldn't be anything without them, and it's, to cater to them is what I do. And I have a line that says, never cater to a hater, just say later. And cater to the fans that appreciate you, because there's a lot of them. And I just felt like, you know what? I owe them something.
Yeah.
And I think they're calling for me. And I think they want to relive the greatest decade ever, the last of the great decades before computers ruined the world, man.
I heard you say this.
I miss it, and I know that my kids, I try to explain it to my kids. I got a 28-year-old and 26. I'm like, listen, I'm sorry. We had it better. We really did. And this isn't an old guy talking. We really did. And these computers have taken this world and slammed it and turned it around and put it in a big snow globe and shaken it up.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for them. You remember like the passion we had for just shining up a car, your first car, even if it was a piece of shit.
Oh, I know it.
I'm proud. This is mine. I got freedom. They don't have that passion no more.
No, they don't.
They don't get to go meet on the corner and do 1,000 U-turns trying to look for chicks or
kids. There's kids today, they turn 16 and they do not sprint to get their driver's license. I'm like,
no.
Some of them don't even care
they
to
don't
have
care.
one.
We got
I'm
Uber.
Like,
we got anything. We got people to take us
you
to the
don't
mall.
want your driver's license? Nah, I might get it next year.
They don't want to leave the house.
The hell?
They want to sit and play Fortnite all day and meet people on Fortnite and TikTok or whatever. And we socialize getting out of the house.
I could not wait to get my driver's license.
Man.
I can't believe that's not like
we got in trouble for not coming home on time.
Yeah.
And these kids can't even leave the house. It's like, get out of here.
Yeah.
She goes, Dad, what am I going to do? I go, climb a tree. She goes, climb a tree? Really? At my age? I go, yeah. Try it. She tried it. She loved it. She goes, Dad, I actually liked it.
Yeah.
You really climbed a tree? She's like, yeah. And she liked it.
Yeah. That's
So
crazy.
see, things you can do. Just walk out the door. It'll come to you.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It was probably about 2011, I guess, when you were on TV flipping houses or remodeling houses. I had no idea. So
The season started, I think, in 2010 or 11.
10 or 11?
Yep.
So I turn on my television, and there you are remodeling this house in Florida. And I'll be honest, like I'd met you, briefly in a couple of places, and it always, obviously, you're Vanilla Ice. You're badass. It's
Thank you, brother.
it's awesome to get a chance to say hey to you anytime.
Same to you, man.
But there, I didn't know you, and I see you on this show, and I'm like, man, this dude he enjoys this,
Yeah.
and he knows this. You're creative. Me and my wife watched it, and we were just talking about it this morning, and I was like, you remember how good he was at doing that? And he knows all the and he's in there doing the work. You kind of, in a weird way, inspired me and my wife to remodel a home on television as well, which we would have never
That's
probably.
right.
Yeah.
I remember.
We would have probably never
That's
done that.
right.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yes.
So
You did. I watched it.
Yeah.
It was great.
thanks. Well, I turned yours on, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna watch this. So I'm watching it, and you're talking about how much success you're having, how much fun you're having. You got all your boys around you working and helping, and I was just impressed, man, because not a lot of people not many at all would experience what you experienced with your musical success, right? And go through the down times, the tough times, and come out the other end with a good attitude, 2, a work ethic to go do something completely out of the norm, right?
Yep.
So to see you in that space was shocking, but to also see you thriving and like, hey, how to your point, how you were able to separate yourself from what wasn't reality to be you and go do something completely different was just motivating. And I'm wondering, I guess, you've talked about all of the success you had in real estate.
Yeah.
So explain that. How did you get into that? How did that fall into your life?
Didn't plan it at all. Could never have said, hey, in 20 years after my record, I'm going to start doing this. Just never. So what happened is we got hit by Hurricane Andrew. I lived on Star Island.
Okay.
Hurricane Andrew is one of the biggest Category 5s to ever hit anywhere. And I was right on Star Island, right first hit, so it really destroyed my house completely. And I just finished building it and wrote the last check to the designers, walked around with the designers, looked at what they did, everything. And maybe 2-3 months later, the hurricane ripped the roof off and just 2 feet of water through my house. All my plaques are floating in there and just ripped my windows, doors, everything, shredded it, right?
Yeah.
Instead of hiring them again, I just paid them. I said, I'm just going to do it myself. And I did it. And it took me forever because it's slow and I'm OCD. So I have to, change that color. No, don't like that one. Change that color too.
Yeah.
I'm OCD. So and I developed a weird passion in a weird way that I never saw coming, that I actually finished it and go, wow, this was awesome. I actually enjoyed that, right? And then at the same time, I had bought all these houses around the country that I had never seen. And I thought I had lost millions of dollars just by buying these houses that I had never seen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was stupid. There's just cobwebs. I didn't rent them out. I didn't do anything. They just sit there. Years and years go by. I'm on tour. Never even forgot I had them.
Really?
Piece of paper and a file, and I still have homes I forget I got.
Holy
and they just marinate. But the truth is, I go, well, that was a waste. I'm a dumb rock star. I probably just lost all that money, and let's just sell them. And I ended up making millions when I sold them. I didn't even change the paint or nothing. And I was like, you can make money that easy in real estate? And then I got the passion for the design end, and I'm like, let's go buy some more. Let's go buy a bunch more homes, and let's start doing this. And I can design them. I like this. And that's kind of how it developed. I didn't plan it, but the hurricane helped me motivate myself to do that. And then about 19 years ago, I went to design school, and I actually got a degree because I had to go to all these seminars, and I read all these books on how to really be successful in real estate.
Yeah.
And that's where I just kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And I just kept smelling the money in every single aspect of it. And I was like, this is fun, and I'm getting money for it.
Yeah.
So I said, let's just keep going. And I worked my way up from the smaller homes to the multi-millions. And I don't know if you know Palm Beach very well, but it's in the 20 millions ranges.
Yeah.
And they're all over the place. And I'm up in that range now. And me and my boy Wes over there are building all these crazy things. We showcase turntables and ladies' shoe rotisseries. And nobody else does that on TV because we're in Palm Beach. We don't really have a ceiling. There is no like, oh, you better check the comps down the street. I'm like, what comps? That's a $30 million house next door. But I learned how to buy these homes, allow me to do that, to actually comp. And what happened is I learned how to buy tax liens. And when you can buy tax liens, that's where everybody would, because it's pennies on the dollar. So basically a $4 million house you pick up for $2 million or half or less. And that's what I was doing, and I'm still doing that. And it's basically just getting a lawyer to go to the courthouse and coming out with all the tax liens of the day. And then you go to the auctions and you bid on them and you win. And I started buying homes out of India because in 2008, that housing crunch hit. And India bought all the mom and pop bank loans that all foreclosed and short sailed on.
Wow.
And they bought everything in a bulk. And then they resold it to Americans. Nobody knows this. I knew this. So at 3 a.m., I got a cup of coffee. I'm up there with a laptop. And every time you hit the button, your enter button, it's a $10,000 increment. So I'm bidding on these houses, and I learned how to win every one of them. And I can get them for pennies on the dollar. I'm going to tell you my secret. So I go into India. You have to show proof of funds, and you enter this auction. You're in the auction, 3 a.m., coffee's happening. You let that thing time down to the last 10 seconds. You just barely hit it to see if anybody's awake, and every time you hit it, somebody's going, oh, I'll hit mine back, and now I'm the leader of this auction. And you let them feel, and you see them going back and forth, and you just watch it. And I'm American, man. I grew up playing video games. And when that thing hits 10 seconds, did I win? Oh, my God, I won. Every time I win. The first three, I go, oh, I better hit it. Better hit it all slow. I lost every one. I go, man, I'm just going to, I don't even know how much I paid. But I know it's under the, appraised value. So I buy homes for way below the appraised value.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And that allows you to do whatever you want to them.
That gives you a lot of room.
I can turn around and sell them and make money just like they are.
Yeah.
Which is why I sit on a lot of properties. People don't understand why I sit on it and don't see it, because I've never seen it. The way it works is I don't care to see it.
Yeah.
It's all I need to know.
Location.
All I do is have my attorney that goes to the courthouse. He gives me the auction. I buy the property. I've had property 30-something years, that I've never seen it. Never even went over there. And I don't care. Some of the houses I own have snakes coming out of them and cockroaches and falling apart, collapsing, and they're worth millions. You know why? Because I bought them so low. And I don't do anything with them. They're just sitting there marinating because I bought them on an appraised value. All I needed to know was the auction is here. It says you can buy this land, acreage or whatever for $700,000, and it appraises right there at $3 million. I'll take it. I don't know why, but I take them, and I get all this land, and it's just sitting there, and that's how you accumulate it. Mm-hmm. And the kids can have it. I'll never sell it.
Yeah.
All my cars, speaking of cars, I got to talk about your daddy's car. I got your daddy's car.
I know.
But that's how the real estate worked for me, and I just kept learning and going, this is freaking awesome, man. And I enjoy it. This is passion.
Yeah.
And I can make, and it's art. And music was art too. So it's the same kind of artistic thing.
Yeah.
And you can go, wow, I did that. And I used to get letters and people coming up to me in airports, even the houses I sell. They say, I'm going to renew my vows with my husband. This is the perfect house. I don't want to change anything. I love it. We're going to stay here. You know how good that makes you feel, that every color choice you made and the tiles and everything that you've done, they love, and they're not going to change anything, and they write you a note like that?
Yeah.
It's like, this is rewarding. So I was like, man, I'm really starting to love this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I got the call for the TV show because one question.
How did that find out? How did they learn?
I didn't want it. So I did the Behind the Music.
Yep.
On VH1, you remember that? And the guy who produced that was Matt Levine out of New York, and he called me up out of random. He goes, "Wow, hey Rob, you answered." I go, "Yeah." I haven't talked to you in years. This is Matt Levine. I said, "Hey Matt," and he goes, "I saw on Forbes, they had a segment on me. They did an interview, and then on Forbes they said, the question was funny. It says, how did you not end up like MC Hammer?"
I know. That was my next question.
And he go, and they go, well. I went into real estate, and that was on Forbes. They picked it up, and he called me up, and he says, "Listen, would you like to do a TV show?" And I go, "No." And he goes, "Why not?" And I said, "Because I don't want people to see me like that. I don't want them to see me all normal, and it's just not. I think I need to hide behind my music, like Prince. Prince, you know, he's a mystery. You don't know how he lives. You don't know where he lives. Does he ride dirt bikes? What does he do? You don't know. And I'm thinking, I don't want people to see me so normal and swinging a hammer with a tool. I don't think that's cool. Nobody will care. This will tank. I don't want it. And he go, we're just gonna film you, let you do what you want. I said, all right, whatever, man. This is gonna tank. I didn't know. And then we're 10 seasons, and we just signed to HBO a month ago, and we're on HBO now. We got 2 new seasons.
What?
We got 12 now. It's 12. We got 9 with the network, and now we just signed to HBO. And it's amazing that many years since 10, and now we didn't think we'd even get a second season.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like it motivates you. People talking to you makes you go, what am I going to do for the next one? So when you see my show, it just elevates. And that's why you see, like, God, how can I top that? But dude, look what we did. And I go, we got to put a rotisserie for cars in. What's that? Oh, it's where it spins, and you don't have to do a U-turn. You can drive in the garage and go out, and you don't have to back up into a little driveway. And it's just cool. And you can put your Ferrari on it. Okay. We got to do rotisseries because we have 70% women watching our show. We got to cater to them.
Yeah.
This ain't a bunch of construction men.
Yeah.
We need floral print in the carpet. We need a cascading waterfall going down to a tub for a lady to sit in. A man will never use it.
Yeah.
And then I saw the ratings go. So if you see these bedrooms and these bathrooms, I mean, I do, 2,000 square foot bathroom.
Right.
Just for the women, because I know that they're watching. And they're like, honey, at home.
Yeah.
All my friends get in trouble. They don't even have a toolkit. And they're like, bro, we tore it up really easily, but now we can't put it back together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, the demo's the easy part. It's, you see us running through walls on TV, but it's when you got to put it back together, everyone leaves. They're like scratching their head.
Yeah.
And that's it, man. We started catering to the women, and you can see all these great things instead of just like a normal kitchen or a renovation. You'll see these crazy things that just helped the ratings blow through the roof. We have over 100 million viewers. And I just couldn't believe it. And so it kept fueling me to get something new in the house that I can keep coming up with.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah.
And that's where we are today, man. I'm honored that they still got it and they still want it to, see the Vanilla Ice project.
Yeah. I think it was I think people love a good comeback, and I think that's what it was.
Yeah, but if the houses suck,
they
suck.
Like when I saw you on the first show Amy's looking at the design choices and but I'm watching you, and I'm like, damn, look at this guy, man. This is a comeback. That's what America's all about, right? Everybody loves a good redemption story, and so I think it was just cool to see you thriving.
Thank you, brother.
And and I'm glad the show's done well. It's fun to watch, and your it's not like you're in a place. It's not like you're faking it. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, I've seen those shows out there. I watch them. You can tell right away when they got a tool belt on and there's no tools in it. I was like, what has he got as a prop?
So when I'm reading the notes, and I saw this as well in some old stuff, you saying that you had all these houses and that you had all this fortune and that you had all this money in the bank when you hit rock bottom. Yeah. So you had also signed away some of the rights to your music, right? In multiple situations, right? And you had the, I don't know what what ended up being the settlement on the deal with Queen and them. So I mean, you created this music, it was popular, but you ended up at some points in different times having to give away some of the rights to some of it. So where did your fortune come from? Was it still that successful that you still were able to enjoy the fruits of the labor, or did you continue after, take Ice Baby off the table? Did you make your fortune with the rest of the work you did?
I have completely crushed it in real estate, like beyond what you could imagine. Man. Like beyond even the Ice Baby. It's unreal.
Really?
Real estate, you can print your own money. You know that, man. You hear the stories. People got to have a place to live. You know how who's an amazing calculative guy is one of the greatest investors in the world, Warren Buffett. And he can calculate numbers real quick, and it's very simple. And I listened to one interview he did when everybody thought he was crazy. And they said, and it was 2009 after the housing crunch went down, the trains. So it was, I think, Pacific Railroad train all across the country. He bought it. And his investment team said, you shouldn't buy this. It's losing $1 billion a year. You don't want to tank with it. Let it turn around and then buy it on the way up. He's like, nah. This is simple for me. I'm gonna buy it right now when it's at rock bottom, because I calculated in the world when I was born had less than 1.8 billion, and I'm still alive, and I'm at 8 point something billion now. He calculated. He goes, people need goods, they need places to live, and they need it. And these trains are going to be very valuable. And sure enough, he turned out to be the greatest investor of all time. The trains make billions of dollars, and it's been one of the greatest investments for him. And he owns all the trains. Yeah. So I mean, I realized, like, you know, no matter what, you hold on to any house 10 years, even if you would have bought one in '08 when everybody bailed out and they said, foreclosure, short sale, we got to go, just like our neighbor, 5-year arm, and now we got to pay more. If you would have just stayed and paid and sold your house in 10 years, you would have made money, a ton of it, and just paid your mortgage. You should have never bailed. Now you're bankrupt, you're living and renting. It's just a matter of this. Use your brain, man. Yeah. And if you just use it a little bit and you know, stop looking through the windshield wipers and get you one of these opportunities. Just look at it one time. That's an opportunity, and that's how many that pass you by. Yeah. One opportunity, and I take it, man, and you got to run with it. And that's how you turn dreams that never develop in anything into reality. Yeah. And I know you got to commit.
Established in 1914, NOCO provides industry-leading battery power solutions, including jump starters, tire inflators, battery chargers, lithium batteries, and a wide range of accessories. Through its innovative design, it provides users with dependable power for home, business, and recreational needs. The NOCO Boost X GB-X45 is a 1250 amp lithium jump starter. It can jumpstart gas engines up to 6.5 liters and diesel up to 4 liters, which covers most cars and SUVs on the road today. But it's not just a jump starter. It's a 60-watt USB-C power bank, a 100-lumen flashlight with SOS and strobe, and it recharges from 0 to ready to jump in 5 minutes. If you ever went outside and got in your car and tried to crank it up and the battery's dead, you know how frustrating that can be. But thanks to NOCO, you don't have to stress about that. You know you can have the peace of mind that if something happens, you're covered. And the best part is how small and compact it is. It really makes it easy to keep in your vehicle, and you don't even have to think about it until it's needed. Pick one up at no.co/GBX45. That's no.co/GBX45. And you can use code Dale Jr. at no.co for 10% off while it lasts. That's DALEJR at no.co. I saw you your car collection. Let's talk about it. So, what's you have a car that Dad
I only
drove
got two cars
way back in the day.
Yeah,
you only got 2 cars?
No, I only got 2 cars we need to talk about.
Okay, let's
no,
talk
I
about
got
it.
cars we can talk about. I got celebrity cars that are cool, but only one celebrity car that I want to talk about you, and that's your daddy's car. I mean, I still got my 5.0 Mustang.
You do,
which is
your
cool.
very first one.
Yeah, still got that.
That's awesome.
That's
I think
cool,
people
man.
appreciate you on that.
It still gives me a when I drive it. but your daddy's car. This is how I learned about you and your dad and the whole story. It's it's one of the most amazing stories ever written with any racing of any form of anything at all. You know, from Ferrari to Fittipaldi's, all your stories of these famous racers and Schumachers and everybody. There is no bigger name. Your dad has taken on in you of this race life another. Like Elvis, man.
Yeah,
it's like Elvis, man. It is. You are America's heartbeat, dude. Yeah. And we love you. I got goosebumps thinking about it, man. And I'm just excited as me coming here to see you. And by the way, we got to get a picture because I'm hanging it up in the museum next to the car, man. I told Wes on the way here. But I got your dad's car, man, that his first race car that he raced a V8 in. Yeah. And that's the Saturday Night Special.
That's right.
And that was made by Ruth Gebb. Mm-hmm. And Ruth Gebb tried out 3 guys, racers, back then. And he pulled your dad because he was badass at circle track dirt racing, 6 cylinders. Mm-hmm. And they pulled him out of there and they said, let me test you out in this new form of racing, this endurance race. And not only did he have the fastest lap time by far, he didn't burn up the brakes. He didn't blow up the engine. He brought it in with finesse, and that's what they were looking for, and that was the start of his career. Yeah. And I'm like, God, man. And I read every story and dissected it about that, and I know that number 2 car, and I know that number 3 car, and every development of every evolution along the way. And I find it more fascinating, the stuff that's not so out there. That's the early parts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, me and Wes and my boys, we can sit around there and talk about it. Wes called me one night and he goes, bro, you got to go down there. I said, I'm asleep. He goes, bro, go down there. I have, go down to the museum. I said, okay. Got me out of bed literally because he read a story all night long on that car. He says he had a paper clip, and that paper clip would go, he peeled it open, so it was long, and it would go down his race suit, and he would pull it out, and he had a little bitty pinhole right above the steering wheel. I didn't believe it was there. And you could see it all scribbled up around it. I had to get the phone out and zoom in and look at it, and then there is a little hole there, and I guess it advanced the timing or something a little bit by doing something there.
Yeah.
And it's in the story of the car, the history of it, and it came with it. So I just thought it was cool, and I didn't believe him, and he had me out there in my robe looking up, and I was like, damn, bro, it is there. This is cool. So we find out little things with that car and things they did just to win and get ahead. And I even remember a story about your dad borrowing some friend's car, and his dad got mad. He went out and raced it and tore it up or something, brought it back. There's so many cool stories.
Oh, yeah.
That are, you don't need a phone. You don't need anything. You can just sit down and tell front porch stories all day long.
Yeah.
And what a great American heroic story to be a part of.
Oh, yeah.
This great country we live in.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Earnhardt name is Elvis Presley right up there with it, man.
Yeah, I would agree that Dad's, it's crazy, man.
It ain't just Dad, brother. It's you too,
I know,
man.
but he
that story with you, though, and how heart-touching it is watching you grow up with him.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm honored to be here with you, man, in the same room with you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So the car that you have was a Dodge kit car.
And I met your sister today, man. And
oh, yeah.
God, she looked just like your dad. I was like, the eyes in the face, and I'm like, oh, my God, I didn't know what to say, man.
Yeah, she does.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine. He drove that car at a dirt track around here, not too far from here, Concord Speedway. They were the Petties and Dodge were trying to put together a kit car program that a racer could buy this car, and it would come to the racer, and they could be able to build it themselves. And it was actually kind of successful for about 4 or 5 years, the kit car program. Yeah. And they were going to test this car at Concord, and they wanted Ralph Earnhardt to do it, but Ralph was busy, and he suggested Dad. And to your point, Dad had been running the modified division or the 6-cylinder division at Concord, and so he goes out there and shows up to test this car and did really well. And it kind of was an important moment because the people that were working on that car had some connections, and they would go back and say, man, Ralph's son's pretty decent. Like, we should kind of keep our eye on him. And that was, I think Ralph did that on purpose. Like, I can't do
Plant
it.
the seed.
Dale to do it. And it ended up being a kind of the genesis or the beginning of his career. But he'd only been racing for a couple years, really, because I think this happened to 73 or 72. Yeah. So pretty neat deal. I've seen you on TV talking about that car, that blue car.
You did? You saw it? I hope you've seen it, man. Yeah. That's so cool, brother.
I know,
it's my honor, man.
What other car you got?
My buddy Donnie that works with me is my master carpenter. I came in there one time. He goes, do you mind if I go see that car? I said, go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
I said, where's Donnie, man? We've been outside. I said, where is he, man? He's still in there? He's still in there. He walked in there with a 6-pack.
Yeah.
6-pack was finished. I sit there and I looked at him. I walked in and I said, Donnie, you all right? Turned around. He was in tears. I said, what is going on, man? He goes, I'm having a moment with this car. He is a NASCAR nut, old redneck from Carolina, just badass dude, carpenter, badass carpenter. You see him on the show with me. Build anything.
Yeah.
He is huge Earnhardt, everything fan NASCAR. And he was just sitting there having a moment. And I realized what that car can do to a person by just feeling it, the energy.
Yeah.
And I have his seat too. I don't even know if you knew that. So he was kind of narrow back then. I can't even fit in it.
Skinny.
He was skinny dude. He was young back then, but he was a little skinny, and he got in there. I can't even fit in it. We had to remove that seat, and I set it up, and I got it in the museum. Yeah. And I even kept the little liner that went with it.
You keep saying museum. What kind of museum you got?
I got a car museum.
Yeah.
A Ninja Turtle museum, cars, and 31 cars. Yeah.
31 cars.
Yeah. It's fun. I get a lot more. I bought 3 the other day.
Really?
I'm getting old trucks, man. I'm getting in the old crew cab truck, 70s. Fords.
Okay. Fords, Yep. I got into the square body Chevys.
Yeah.
Late 70s, early
cabs
80s.
Are badass,
yes,
man.
they are.
Square bodies.
Yes.
OBS.
Yes.
That's the way to go. Forget the airbags.
They've gotten big, man.
They're awesome.
You could get a square body, like a 77 or an 85 square body. You could get those cheap like 10 years ago, man.
They're through the roof now.
It's ridiculous. You're still doing real estate.
Oh, yeah.
What does that operation look like?
So I basically pick and choose. I'm building a brewery right now, the Vanilla Ice Brewery downtown. So you guys, if you get a chance to come over and go to that, that's Vanilla Ice Brewery. We've got I got about the old Masonic Temple.
Yeah.
So it's got 4 floors, and we're filming it. So that'll be out there. You'll be seeing that. We just finished 2 seasons of Vanilla Ice Project in St. Augustine, Florida, where we do a lot of history too, because there's a lot of history there. So we showcase a lot of that, the fort and the cool stuff and the history of America and Florida. And 2 houses we built on the beach, on A1A Beachfront Avenue, ironically. And on this intro of this one, I'm driving down the beach, A1A, in my 5.0, and I don't pull it out for nothing. It don't drive. My cars, I don't drive them. They just sit there.
All right.
And I'm driving that 5.0 out for this one because it's on A1A. And I'm serious. I had a man, I'm driving that thing down and I'm pulling in. I'm like, I'm on A1A. I feel like this is 1989. And I'm on A1A, and I had a moment, like Donnie had with his car, and I'm in my 5.0, and it was just ironic. But we used that footage for the show, so that's the opening of the show, and I get out with a tool belt on.
Yeah. How many houses are you working on at once?
So right now I've probably got 3, 4 I'm doing right now. But when you do bigger ones, you do less of them.
Yeah.
When you do smaller ones, you do more of them. And a lot of them, I don't do spec homes anymore. I don't do them for clients anymore. I just do them for myself, and then I sell them, But I've just gotten really good at it, and I don't like to spread myself too thin.
Sure.
But for a lot of my friends, I have them backed up, and they wait for me. I need that turntable. I put in these special elevators. They're pneumatic, so it's like the bank teller. They want those. I got them lined up. I say, you have to wait for me. And they go, we'll wait. I need those garage doors. So everything they see I do on the show, all my friends that afford they want it.
And so will you come? You send your boys over there and install
my boys over only for my friends, man. I get them all. They got all the fancy garage doors and cool car lifts. And turntables.
Are you moving from house to house, just kind of checking in on progress? Are you physically still, like as we see on the show? Are you at the house doing some of the physical work?
Yeah, I do a little of the physical work because it's fun, and I like to get out there and mix it up with the boys, and you can actually get a better sense of what's going on and how the finish line's looking, and everything comes in more focus when
you're
you
not
get in
traveling and doing music.
I travel.
You're still traveling a bunch.
Oh yeah, I do the I Love the '90s tour.
That's right. Tell me about that.
So the I Love the '90s tour is me. You got Salt and Peppa, Tone Loc, Young MC, Color Me Bad, Naughty by Nature.
Yep.
Montel Jordan.
Has that started?
It's been going for 8 years. We haven't stopped. So
8 years?
We're supposed to go about 8 months.
I thought this was a new thing.
I started this tour because I thought like a DJ. And I'm like, let's put this together and put all the songs that you would hear at a wedding today.
Yeah.
So that everybody can dance.
Take me to a show. Say I'm going to go to a show. When's it start? How long does it last? How many headline acts are there or whatever? Yeah.
All of that I just said.
Yep.
And that's the I Love the '90s tour.
Is it a whole day?
Yeah. It's 4 hours, and it's the most awesome. You can't sit down. Everybody's a teenager. You'll recognize every song.
How long is each person's set?
20 to 30. Starts off with little shorter ones, and then as the acts go on, they get longer.
So
and
it's all
I
hits.
play an hour. And it's amazing, man. I mean, you'll dance like you're in a Zumba class, and you'll be like, I'm a grown-ass man. Go, ninja, go, ninja, go.
Yeah.
You don't care. Not for the night. You're not a grown-ass man. You're a teenager in high school again, and you really live in it for the moment.
So that's been successful.
Super.
9 years.
We're in stadiums right now. We have the highest gross alcohol sales rate of any concert going right now. Because there's an expendable income of people that got the babysitters at home, and they are living like a teenager for the night.
Damn.
It's unbelievable. The success of it is really taken off. But I have to tell the network and everybody that and the booking agents, I said weekends only, because on Monday I got to be my real age and I got to go into construction life and start, finishing what I got going.
When do you relax?
I took a time management course. I went to Hawaii and took this, and it teaches you a lot. How do you have time for everything? Well, time management course came in, and they said you need to free up your life of all these things that occupy your time that you don't even know you're doing. And at the end of your life, the guy that's presenting the course, he holds it up and he goes, look how many years you've wasted on your life just doing something that doesn't even pay you. What else could you do with that time?
Yeah.
And then they show you other things in life that you might do, that, how much time you sit there in a car or something, just all kinds of little things that frees up time. And once you free those up, it gives you free time, more time to do the things you want to do. Real estate, if you want to be successful, or go start a new business, have time to do other things that you never had time for. That's what it's all about.
You still ride bikes?
I still ride bikes. I got that electric one, the Stark Vardy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's a rocket. Drag race any bike out there and smoke them.
Yeah.
I told Jeremy McGrath the other day, he says, I got a 500 for you. You can come do this hole shot challenge. I said, 500, can I do it in the Stark? He goes, that wouldn't be fair. I said, you're Jeremy McGrath. He goes, that Stark's fast. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, that electrical, right?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's a game changer. They outlawed it in the Supercross.
Huh.
This electric bike will just destroy a KX 450 like it's sitting still.
Dirty Mo Media has a new show coming out, This Cowboy Life. It's featuring Tiffany and Jerome Davis. They are the PBR's royal couple, and you won't want to miss it. Here's the trailer.
Bring the energy. Wake up.
I can tell that through all these stories, through all your world championship, I know that in your head you've always said, I'm going to be a podcaster one day.
You know, I hope that at the end of the day that it'll bring somebody that hasn't really been around this life that we live, and it brings them to a whole new world. And somebody will say, dang, maybe them Cowboys ain't so bad after all.
I think if you can bring some smiles. I love to hear Jerome's stories and just how he carries himself. So I'm all about if people can get a grin out of it, if they can smile a little bit.
What's it going to be like, Jerome, to have Tiffany as a co-host to a podcast?
Whoa, man.
See this gift of gab I have, maybe it'll come in a little handy on this deal.
If I can keep Tiffany quiet every now and then so she'll let me talk, we'll be in good shape.
The only bad thing is I'm going to have to hear your stories that I've heard 100 million times. I'm going to have to hear them another time.
And they just get better every time.
Yeah, they do get a little more added into them every time.
I don't know why she puts up with me and why she
I don't
helps
either,
living
sometimes.
this life that we go through, but she does, and she's awesome.
It's March 14th, 1998. From when they open the gate to when you get hit, what do you remember from that?
The bull I had that night was Knock 'Em Out John, and I'd been on him before, and he had hit me in the face in Vegas one time. So I knew that I had to really stay over the front end and try not to let him hit me in the face. As it worked that night, he got me rocked back and hit me in the face and knocked me out. When he did, I dove in the ground and broke my neck. Went from being at the top of my game to the worst part of my life, you know, all happened within a gate opening at a bull riding.
I was mad at God because I was like, why did you do this to Jerome? He's a good guy. You needed him on your team out here.
We were supposed to be getting married in May. Well, right after I got hurt, I was at the hospital, and I told Tiff, I said, I don't think this is going to work. We need to regroup. This is not the trail you need to be going down. And if she would have left that day, I wouldn't have blamed her. You know what I mean? And I never would have said a bad word about her.
I never gave thought about leaving. That wasn't an option because I still had Jerome.
I couldn't talk her into it, so I was kind of glad she hung around, I'll be honest. I lived through it, and it just made me tougher, and I was able to make a pretty good living at the sport. It's been good to me. When I look around and see, everything that's here today, it all comes from the love of the sport. I mean, everything I wanted to do had to do with being a cowboy.
What is going on with the birds over there?
You just messed this whole shot.
I'm going to redo it, but the birds messed the whole shot up, not me. I thought we was getting ready to get attacked.
You're like that dog that...
I thought the birds was coming after us. There was so many of them.
Just stay focused. It's going to really bring a new light to what this cowboy life's really about.
So you're traveling around doing concerts. You're still doing real estate.
Yep.
If you take a vacation, where do you go?
Well, we got a vacation house in St. Augustine. A lot of the houses on the show, I don't sell them. You don't see the sell. It's not a flip house show. It's just the A to B. It's zero to hero.
Yeah.
We show the renovation. There's no sale. So I keep the houses. Like I told you, the 10-year thing.
Yeah.
So I keep them, and I got 4 of them sitting in line in St. Augustine. That's where our vacation is, on the beach on A1A. And I got a dock and a boat, and we get away, no traffic, and it's just me and my little 8-year-old, my wife, and we just have a good time.
Yeah.
On the beach, marinating. Throw my phone away. Go back to the 90s. The best time ever.
Yeah.
Tell a bunch of stories. do little cookouts.
Yep. What about being a dad?
Greatest thing in life.
Yeah.
It's the best accomplishment I've ever had.
Yeah.
By far.
What does she like to do?
My daughters, all of them, they're great in
You have
different
2.
ways. I have 3.
3?
Yeah.
Oh.
And took on another. I have 4 girls.
4 girls.
Yeah. 28, 26, 16, and 7.
Golly. Yeah.
We have big birthdays for the 7. She's
Yeah.
the boss, you know. She's
Okay.
the boss. So she's Priscilla's her name. We're huge Elvis fans.
Okay.
So me and Mommy went to Graceland and pretty much made out in every room and took a selfie like this. I know we're in the jungle room. Kiss me. And it's like, what do we name our daughter? And we're like, Priscilla.
Yeah.
It's like, done. So it worked out. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're geeked out on all that kind of stuff. Mommy's a car girl, which is rare to find a woman that likes cars. And I was like, this is a keeper, man. She's got cooler cars than I got. I buy her cars. Yeah, she's got some 59 Cadillac convertible, the Barrettes. Oh, man. Cars that are just like, whoo. And hers don't leak oil, and mine all do. I got all the engines done.
Hers better not leak oil.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I'm an Elvis fan too. I've had a room in my house for, I don't know, 30 years called the Elvis room. It's the guest bedroom.
I got to come over, man.
Everything in it's Elvis. The headboard's
Really?
the headboard's the cape with the eagle.
You let people
with
stay
the
in
bird on the back. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's got all kinds of Elvis memorabilia in it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I've been a big Elvis fan. I used to go to my mama's house, dad's mom on my dad's side.
Yeah.
And I'd go to her house when I was a little boy. She had Elvis playing all the time. She was like that little, that teenager in the front row screaming
Yeah.
at the concert. She
We
was
got a king.
a diehard.
King.
And so, I would always hear his music when I was little.
Yep.
And so I just became, and he's got some great songs. I mean, they're great songs.
He's the greatest,
Yeah,
man.
he
We
is.
have a king.
Yeah.
America's got a king. It's called
Yeah,
Elvis.
yeah.
Just live it up. That's him. There
Yeah.
ain't nobody, there's the prince.
Do you have, I'm sure you have some pretty cool memorabilia and stuff. You got any cool Elvis?
I do. I wish I had more. I have a car that Dean Martin owned that I bought from Dean Martin off Hollywood Cars.
Yeah.
And this car, Elvis, he loaned it to Elvis. And the story is Elvis was, they were driving this car, and back then in 56,
Yeah.
it's a Continental. It's not a Lincoln, it's a Continental. Really cool car. Very expensive car at $14,000. That was the most expensive car in the world in 1956 because every car, even the top Cadillac, was $4,000.
Yeah.
So it was like, why would anybody buy this? So all the celebrities bought them. It's probably the most famous Elvis car photo that you see with him is that car. And I got that car, and they parked it. They were driving drunk, and they parked it on the actual Vegas golf course where Kennedy and Marilyn Monroe were supposedly dating.
Yeah.
And they had an airplane flying around in surveillance trying to film it, and they didn't know. They were drunk. They parked that car there. It was there for a week and a half. They forgot where they'd left it. And the groundskeeper came back and found that car and said, there's somebody's cars out here, and we don't know what's going on. And they found that was Dean Martin. And that's the car I got. The Rat Pack's been in it. Marilyn Monroe's been in it. I got all these paperwork on it, and
That's
that's one of the cool
badass.
cars I got. So
That
that's
is
kind of my
badass.
closest Elvis memorabilia.
Yeah.
My buddy Gino has his glasses, his bracelet,
Oh,
and he's
man.
friends with the ginger girl that was the last person dating him.
Yeah.
And he flies to her house and somewhere in Tennessee and buys all this stuff that she's had for all these years.
Really?
He's bought the ring, the bracelet, the glasses that say TCB, the necklace, and a gun.
Damn.
All Elvis. I go over there and hold it, man, and it's like kind of like when I look at your dad's car, it's that energy about it. You know,
Yeah.
you feel the presence and that energy there. And
Yeah.
you like, God, I just got to try them glasses on. Ooh. Man, and and then he shows the picture of him wearing them, and you're touching them.
Yeah.
It makes you feel some type of way, man. It's magic.
I agree.
It's magic.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you got? Tell me your Elvis stuff.
Well, I hesitate to say this, but I've got a framed autograph, and you never know if that stuff's legit or not. But it's not like I'm ever gonna, I don't need anybody to believe it or not believe it. It's mine,
Yeah.
right? It's
Hell yeah.
it's whatever it matters. It means something to me. But the person that gave it to me swears up and down it was legit. They didn't sell it to me. They just gave it to me knowing I was a fan.
Yeah.
And so that to me, I'm pretty pumped about.
Heck yeah.
Most of the other stuff I have are like little cantinas and stuff of him.
Yep.
My mama had a bunch of that stuff, and I got a few of those.
You call her your Memaw? That's what
My
I call
Memaw,
mine.
yeah.
My grandma, my Memaw.
Mama.
That's
Yeah.
that's a good one, man.
Yeah. So, yeah. do you have like a plan? Do you have a vision of what the next 5 years and the next 10 years look like? I told you when you got here, you look like you're in great shape.
Thank you, man.
So like,
I
and we talked about not quitting, not stopping.
that's for sure.
So
But you may not stop, but you may shift gears.
yeah,
So I don't know. I try to like not think too far in the future. Everything that I've tried to think or whatever, it just went a different direction.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna do this, and then all of a sudden you're building houses, huh? Life can. You never know yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. You never know what tomorrow's gonna bring.
Yeah.
You could meet someone, it could change your life. You could get married, you could be or a job opportunity, and you're living in a different place. So for me, I just say, you know what? I set little goals and stuff here and there, but who knows what tomorrow's going to bring? Day by day, man.
yeah. You're I've been seeing you a little bit on the news here lately, talking about the Great American State Fair this month.
Yeah, it's all over
Yeah.
the place, man. They got me wanting to not feel proud to be an American. And why am I not allowed to be proud to be an American?
Yeah.
I feel like I should be,
Yeah.
and I'm going to stand up for that.
Yeah.
And I am me, and I can't speak for all my other friends, and whatever their reasoning behind what their choices are is theirs.
Yep.
I speak for myself, and I
Yeah.
feel honored, proud, and my mom thinks it's the greatest thing, and I don't know why there's such a fuss. When you're from the 90s like me or something, you just can't understand why everything is so taken so serious today.
For sure.
Like, I really feel sorry for these kids 30
Yeah.
and under
Yeah.
because they are so ripped in every direction, confusion-wise with the social media
Yep.
and all the stories and the news channels trying to divide the country. People forget we're all one.
Yeah.
We all fly the same flag, man, and we can celebrate this country, and we can sell it without. And as a musician and an entertainer,
Yeah.
I don't feel like we should be political. We're just going to celebrate turning 250. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, right?
Yeah. Well, that's a big deal for the country.
That's what I'm
250
saying,
years,
man.
yeah.
Just a birthday. Let's have fun.
We cannot let 250 come and go.
250. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate it once in a lifetime,
Yeah.
man.
Well, I'm excited for you, man. Of all the bands, I got to ask you a couple more questions. Of all the bands that you toured with, opened for, who was your favorite? Who were the coolest? Who was the person or the group that treated you the best?
When I was opening up for them,
Anytime. Opening up, playing with, touring with, anyone.
I got a lot of great friends out there, and we just lost one, Rob Bass, and he just passed away, and all this mess with this 250 has kind of overclouded it, but his funeral's tomorrow.
Yep.
And he was a great friend of mine for over 30 years, He was
Dude, It Takes Two. I had to
Yep.
buy multiple copies of that cassette
Yep.
because it would start squeaking after
So
a few.
badass.
I played the out of that
and
thing.
dance like crazy doing
Yeah.
that. That was the real hyper dancing
Yeah.
too. That was, man, you
Dude,
had to be in good shape.
the beat on that song
Yes,
had everybody.
everybody. Big hit.
Yeah, it was.
I got Tone Loc out there with me. He's we've been knowing each other forever. He's a great dude, man.
I saw him play in Alabama probably 2004.
Funky Cold
or
Medina,
5. Yeah,
the best.
yeah.
I love it, listening to all the songs you grew up to,
Yeah.
and the ones that have passed. Biz Markie, and we had Tupac was a friend. We've had so many have passed. ODB from the Wu-Tang Clan, and Shock G. So many people that I know we were all together on the Ship Hop cruise even, and they're all not with us no more. It's kind of strange, and then Rob just fell off. So for me, it's like you got to make the best of every moment and, enjoy this life because it's over quick, man. You
Yeah.
got to enjoy this
Closer
ride.
we're closer to the finish line than starting.
Boy, you got to start thinking about that. You get
Yeah.
wiser as you go, and you say, I got to start enjoying this more. I mean, it's an option. And
Yeah.
and if you know that, you start leaning towards, let's go have some fun.
Yeah,
Let's enjoy this life. Let's
That's
go,
for sure.
because smiles are contagious. And if you sit around in this sorrow and soaking in all these negative things, you'll live that life, and it'll be a miserable life.
Yeah.
And you'll never go dancing. Gotta dance.
well, we'll keep dancing, man.
That's it.
I appreciate you.
Hey,
Thank
man,
you, Rob.
I appreciate
It's
you.
been a lot of fun.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man. And we got to get a picture.
We will.
And appreciate you, man.
You got
This is such an honor to be here and tell these stories. And I've been looking forward to this forever. So appreciate you, bud.
Robert Matthew Van Winkle.
Hey, what
On
a
the
cool
Dale
name.
Jr.
Not as cool as the
Download.
other one.
All right, don't forget about stopping by the online merch store. We have some new stuff dropping called the Zero to Freedom line. This drops on May the 6th. Let's take a look at some of these shirts in the Zero to Freedom line. Look at that. Full send since 2013. Nice one, man. Good, clean on the front and on the back. You got the American flag with a bunch of, looks like some Gen 5 race cars. Star Stripes and stock cars. And then another clean front there on the blue Dirty Mo. And again, the Eagle. Zero to Freedom. And if you don't want sleeves, you'll get this number. Check it out at shop.dirtymomedia.com. May the 6th. A couple of those new shirts will be on there for you guys to enjoy. All right, man, that was a great interview with Rob Vanilla Ice. He probably likes to go by Rob, I suppose. I didn't ask him that, but Vanilla Ice. Everybody knows him as that. He's global. He was, I've met the guy multiple times. I grew up when his music blew up. I was a kid in school, and I'm glad he brought up Rob Bass because It Takes Two was one of my favorite songs. I still listen to that every now and then. It's one of those one songs you know all the words to. But a lot of fun to talk to him. Been trying to get him here for a while. We've met on multiple occasions. And I'll tell you this. I guess it was probably 2006 or so. I was in Vegas, went to a club with a bunch of my buddies. We talked about it. He's playing on stage probably about 10, 15 feet away from me. And they took a break, just a little 5-minute break, and he come over to the table and we for a minute. And then they called him back to the stage. And I remember that. I was like, hey, man, I remember us being there, and I remember you. I'd been drinking, but I remember us being there, and I remember you playing, and it was badass. And you played Ice Ice Baby, the rock version. I'd never heard it, but it was like really good. It was kind of like had a little Korn vibe to it, or yeah. And Amy's like, Amy's like, I saw a picture of y'all that night, a picture of you and him that y'all took together. And I'm like, dang, I don't remember taking a picture with him. And he says this after we got up from the table. He goes, yeah, we took a picture. You actually came and sang Ice Ice Baby on the stage. And I was like, I sang Ice Ice Baby on the stage at the club? He goes, yes. I'm like, oh. He goes, you were feeling pretty good. But so it's cool to get him on the stage or on the show, and we talked about the Earnhardt car that he has, and I've been so curious about his. I'll be straight. I've been so curious about his wealth and his real estate and how he did that. It's just one of those. It's one of those stories that ain't supposed to end well. Man, this guy blew up. Whether he ended up getting taken advantage of or whatever, he ended up getting messed up on drugs and got in a really, really bad spot, almost died. And sometimes you can come out of that and just at least exist, and have somewhat of a productive life. But not a lot of people do. And not only did he exist, he became richer than he'd ever dreamed of becoming through his hard work in real estate and the studying. He talked about going and doing and learning. This guy, you got to understand, he's got this. He's recognizable no matter where he goes and what he does. He had to at some point realize, like, if I go out there and do this, if I extend myself, go into real estate, go into these classrooms and learn this shit, everybody in there is going to want to know about Ice Ice Baby. Everybody meets is going to tell him about this when they heard it, what they thought about it. And it's got to be exhausting. But he didn't. He just found. He was motivated by the financial success or rewards on the other end. And damn it, dude, he just did it. And he's now very successful. Yeah, I don't even understand it. I don't even know if I'd have the guts to cast the line, like he did. He cast the line and he bait the hook, cast the line, and reeled in all these big fish, and now he's doing amazing. And still gets to go sing his songs for people that love to hear them. So he still gets to dance, get on stage, get that adrenaline rush that he got as an entertainer. Pretty cool. So thanks for him coming through. This episode is presented by Arby's new Meat and 3 box. Get more meal for your money at Arby's. We have the meats, and we'll see you tomorrow.